It's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for August 2022. So on Saturday, August 27th, we have our new moon taking place at 4 degrees in Virgo at 4:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what do we know about new moons? Well, it means that we are beginning a new cycle, but new cycles mean that we are ending a cycle, and we are essentially ending the new moon in Leo cycle that began last month. The new moon in Leo cycle opened up our heart space, cracked open our heart chakra to open up and rawly, authentically align us with new passions, new dreams, and new desires. It showed us our individual wants, needs, and desires to pursue something that has been triggered, activated, a spark, a flame within our heart and soul space. It gave us the boldness, the bravery, the courage that we needed to choose a different reality over the one that we're currently living. Yes, big feels, big dreams, big actions, over-exaggerated visions definitely got initiated under the new moon in Leo. But now the new moon in Virgo is going to help us sort a couple of things out. Of course, Virgo energy is an earth energy ruled over by Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, who just so happened to shift into Libra energy, searching for peace, for harmony, for balance, looking to rebalance the scales within our heart, within our head. Now, Mercury being in this Libra energy, Venus ruled energy, is definitely going to put our heart and head at odds in order for us to find out a middle grounding point. The Virgo energy, being an earth energy, needs to ground in our physical body, in our physical circumstances. Yes, we have a lot going on in our inner realm. Of course, we have all of these planets in a retrograde taking us on an inner journey of our inner realm, revisiting some things from the past, realigning with our heart and soul, recalibrating our energy, reorienting to what it is that we need to do from here. The new moon in Virgo is going to ground us out, help us get logical and practical, taking the dreams, the visions, the inspirations, the ideas that actually came into realization under the new moon in Leo cycle that we're just ending, and we're actually getting down to the nitty-gritty on what is actually practical and possible. This Virgo energy is grounding us in the here and now. That Leo energy had us projecting on what it is we wanted in the future. This Virgo energy is going to root it into the here and now. Yes, that means we have to kind of sort out what is working for us, what isn't working for us, what belongs to the old dreams, the old version of ourselves, and what belongs to the new version. This is a time for us to get down to the very, very fine details of our thoughts, of our heart space, of our day-to-day life. We have to reorganize and restructure a couple of things. We have to have a new focus on brand new goals. We have to take the time to see where it is that we've been living in extremes, where things have gotten out of whack, where things have been a little bit crazy and chaotic, and create order out of those fragmented ideas and energies, thoughts, emotions, and circumstances. So what's interesting about this is that this Virgo energy, Virgo is the number 6 in astrology. 6 is the year that we're currently in, being 2022, where we are having to perfect certain routines, certain relationships, certain roles, certain responsibilities, definitely our vision. Again, Mercury rules over Virgo energy, mind over matter, really focusing in on what it is that we allow to take up space in our mental plane is what we actually create here in the physical realm. Even more interesting than that, we have this Virgo new moon taking place at 4 degrees, 4 minutes of Virgo energy. And fours in astrology, in numerology, is about building, creating a strong foundation. And that's exactly what we need to be focused on right now if we stand a chance in hell of actually bringing our dreams and visions to life. This is a time for us to focus on our goals. What are our goals? What do we have to do in the here and now in order to align with our goals? This is about recognizing where it is, taking that big vision, that big dream, breaking it down into manageable, bite-sized pieces that we're actually able to accomplish, that when we are able to look back on the efforts and energies that we've put forth, we will see how we took one baby step at a time in order to build the bridge from where it is that we're at to get us to where it is we desire to be. So this Virgo energy is about health and wellness, healing on the physical realm. It sits across from the Piscean energy, which is about the health and wellness of the emotional and spiritual realm. On this axis, we have to balance out the want, need, and desire to focus on our physical circumstances and recognize where our physical realm, our physical reality, our physical situations have manifested out of our emotional and spiritual focus and energy. There is a balancing act that is needed. So, Virgo in earth energy, Pisces is a water energy. We have to be very mindful of where it is that our mental plane, Mercury, again, ruler of Virgo, and our emotions, water energy, create our physical circumstances, earth energy. So Virgo is focused on the physical realm. Pisces is focused on everything but the physical realm. Virgo energy focused on the small details that make up the bigger picture. Pisces energy, big picture, don't care to examine the small, minute details. Virgo energy wants us to create boundaries, wants us to create order where there's been chaos. Pisces energy is all-consuming. There are no boundaries. Everything just bleeds into each other. This is where we have to use our intellect, Virgo energy, Mercurial energy, in order to align with our emotions and our intuition, Pisces energy. This is where we need to be logical and practical, but also not close the door so much on our emotions, on our intuition, on our dreams. That, again, is Pisces energy. So Virgo energy is very analytical, highly critical, super judgmental of oneself especially, but it needs to be that particular in order to get to the nitty-gritty of our problems. The Virgo energy wants to provide us with solutions, but in order to get to a solution, we actually have to identify what the problem is. Now, here's the thing. The Pisces energy makes it hard for us to even think about our current realities, think about what the problems are, because it is the escape artist energy of the zodiac. We want to disassociate from reality altogether, live in la land, where basically we don't focus in our physical realms and what the problems may be. Now, this Virgo energy is going to help us come back down to earth, especially after this Leo season that we were just in, and accept reality for the way it is. Now, does that mean that we don't get to change it? No. It means that we are taking a realistic inventory, a stock, an evaluation of what currently is. And when we balance the energies with this Piscean energy, that's when we get to dream. That's when we get to kind of live in la land, concoct and create a version of our dream, of our vision, of what we want our reality to be. The whole goal here is to allow ourselves to see the big vision, to see the big picture, to see the big dream, to be excited about it, but then come back down to earth, grounding that energy in our physical body and asking ourselves, what do we have control over in the here and now? What can we change in the here and now? in order to actually align with the vision and the dream that we are looking to manifest. So we have some very interesting aspects taking place under this new moon. First of all, it is an Earth-dominant event. If you have not downloaded your moon guide, I'm going to recommend you do that. If you are a moon guide subscriber, hit up your dashboard, get that moon guide in front of you. But what you will notice is that this is another Earth-dominant event. We've had many of them thus far this year, mostly because in the year of 6, we have to be focused on perfecting and building the proper, healthy routine, relationship, foundation for our physical realm. We have to have the proper pieces put into place in order for us to actually get to manifesting. We have to have a strong foundation. We have to have a clean slate in order to actually start bringing in, birthing, and creating the elements of our dreams and of our vision. So this particular moon event is supported by air energy, which means that there's a lot going on in that mental plane. Keep in mind, Mercury rules over this new moon in Virgo. Mercury, although in Libran energy and still direct, is in its pre-shadow period, preparing to go retrograde, joining all of the major heavy-hitting planets in a retrograde on September 9th. So we do have a lot to contemplate. We have a lot to process in our mental planes. We're definitely going to be feeling the pressure. Now, speaking of pressure, you will see when you move through your moon guide all the different aspects that we have working for us and kind of working against us. Although all astrology aspects, even the tough ones, they're not really working against us. They're just creating tension and conflict in order to wake us up to what needs to change and what needs to transform the fastest, the quickest, the most important elements that will alter the path, the tasks, the chores, the roles, the responsibilities that we're looking to move into. So Mars is going to be a major heavy hitting player under this new moon in Virgo. Mars is currently in Gemini. If you haven't listened to the astro forecast on what this is going to be for basically the next 7 months, which is just an extreme astrological aspect for Mars being in one energy, one sign for that long, Mars is going to create a lot of intensity, a lot of impulse to take action, to make moves, to communicate, to speak out, likely without a filter, which will be a problem for us because Mars is pretty hot-headed at this particular moment. Mars is going to add to the frustration, to the irritability, even trigger some anger if we're not careful. So we have the new moon, the sun and the moon, of course, sitting together in the cosmos, squaring, entering into the boxing ring with Mars in Gemini. So that's going to add a little bit of tension. We also have a little bit of tension coming because this particular new moon in Virgo is making some interesting aspects with Jupiter. Jupiter likes to magnify what's going on. Jupiter is retrograde in Aries energy, fire energy. So he's really kind of adding some fuel to Mars's fire. We're really going to have to be controlled here. Now, lucky for us, Saturn, the Lord of Karma, ruling over restrictions and roles and responsibilities, he is kind of helping us to pump the brakes. We want to move forward. We want to take action, but this Virgo energy needs to be well advised on the moves that we are going to make, right? This is about strategy. This is about calculated action. This is about thinking of the finer details of all possible options, choices, and decisions that we currently have to make as we progress on the path towards our goals. So there is, and if you've been listening to the astrological forecasts of the last little bit, there is this stop and go energy, this push and pull energy. We have some of these very strong planetary placements just wanting to get out, wanting to take a move, wanting to take action, to really make a change, to really make that transformation. And then we have other aspects that are just pumping the brakes, making sure that we're not acting out of impulse, that we're acting after we've carefully, thoughtfully thought thought through all avenues, right? We have to be strategic at this particular point in our calendar. Keep in mind, we're moving into harvest season, which means we have to backtrack to March and April when we started this brand new astrological year. The energy, the efforts that we have been building towards, putting forth, doing the inner healing work, taking the action, rearranging our physical realms. Now we're going to start to see some of these aspects actually manifest in our physical realm. Harvest season is about reaping the rewards, the benefits of our blood, sweat, and tears that we've put forth. And Virgo energy wants us to be whole again. Now, seeing that we just went through Leo season, seeing we just went through the Lionsgate portal, seeing as we haven't really gotten down to the nitty-gritty of taking action to initiate and begin the new chapter that our heart and soul is asking us to pursue, this Virgo energy is the first stage, if you will, in strategizing, in thinking, in calculating, in planning about what needs to be done. First of all, cleaning up the elements of the past, cleaning the slate for us to build upon. We have to get organized. We have to get structured in the way that we actually exert our energy and take action in our physical realm. So there's a lot of positive aspects working for us under this new moon. Again, you will see all the pros and cons to all of these aspects in the moon guide. This is going to be pushing our mental plane outside of the boundaries of its comfort zone to do some maximum reflection, review, revision. Yes, I know they're all RE words that we usually hear in retrograde season, but unfortunately, Mercury, being the ruler of this particular new moon, is already kind of preempting us, giving us a taste, a preview on what it is that we have to review, rework, redo before we can get started in actually bringing new elements to life. This particular energy is going to feel very heavy, very grounded, very weighted. Again, earth energy puts the energy in our physical body, makes us rooted in the here and now to take a good look at our physical circumstances in order for us to see what needs to change, what needs to go, what needs to grow in order to get us closest to our goals, to our dream, and to our vision.